Amid peace talks in Miami, Vladimir Putin is spreading his deadly Oreshnik missile coverage by moving the system deeper into Allied territory. Belarus has announced that up to 10 Russian Oreshnik intermediate-range ballistic missile systems will be deployed on its soil, significantly expanding the network. Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko confirmed this approximate number on December 22, outlining the scale of the planned deployment. He made the remarks first in an interview with UNICEF Live and later repeated them to state agency Belta after talks within the CIS framework. This announcement came just days after Minsk confirmed that the Oreshnik system was already placed on combat duty and integrated into Belarusian defenses. On December 18, Lukashenko revealed that Oreshnik had entered combat duty since yesterday, signaling that the system was already operational. He said that in case of escalation, Belarus would be the first to respond, with Russia backing it as a second echelon of forces. The president claimed that tens of thousands of Russian troops in western Russia are ready to join the fight immediately if needed. Lukashenko also denied reports that the system had been deployed near Slutsk during its rollout, pushing back on specific location rumors. He added that the Oreshnik missile system was half-produced inside Belarus, highlighting local industrial involvement in the program.
Our military cooperation, primarily with the Russian Federation, also provides strategic defense, which is why Belarus and Russia are implementing a set of strategic deterrence measures. This involves the deployment of the Russian component of the regional group of forces on our territory. In the case of an escalation of the conflict, armed forces, several tens of thousands of people in Western Russia, are ready to immediately join the military struggle as a second echelon. Belarus is first, we must respond, and then the Russian Federation supports us. This is the regional troop grouping and the tactical nuclear weapons that we have returned to Belarus. In addition, the first positions are equipped with the Oreshnik missile complex. We have had it since yesterday, and it is now on combat duty.
Russia first used the Oreshnik medium-range ballistic missile in November 2024, in what it described as a response to NATO aggression. Moscow said the missile struck a Ukrainian military facility, framing the launch as retaliation after Western escalation. The test followed US approval for long-range Ukrainian strikes inside Russian territory, which Moscow portrayed as a red line. Putin later boasted that the temperature of Oreshnik striking elements reaches about 4,000 degrees Celsius during re-entry. He pointed out that the temperature on the surface of the Sun is roughly 5,500 to 6,000 degrees, emphasizing the destructive heat the weapon generates. The Russian president also said the new missile can hit well-protected targets located deep inside Ukraine, including hardened sites. He further claimed that Russia now produces 10 times more missiles than all NATO countries combined, underlining his narrative of industrial superiority. In the second half of 2025, Putin authorized deployment of Oreshnik units to Belarus, taking the system closer to NATO borders. Under the reported deal, Russia supplies the Oreshnik systems while Minsk retains the right to decide any potential enemy targets on its territory. The deployment underscores and deepens the military integration between Minsk and Moscow, binding Belarus more tightly into Russia's strategic plans. Meanwhile, Zelensky has urged Western allies to sanction companies that sell components used in the Oreshnik program, seeking to slow its production. On December 19, he admitted that Ukraine's drones were incapable of downing or neutralizing Russia's Oreshnik system, highlighting a serious air defense gap.
The relocation of Oreshnik in Belarus is coming to an end. We understand where it will be located. We are passing on the information to our partners. I think the partners themselves can assess this threat and understand how to react to it, in my view. Prior to this, we warned our European and American partners that Russia would be deploying arsenals on the territory of Belarus. We showed the range within which the arsenal would operate. This is a threat to many European countries, including Poland, Germany, and other countries. We showed them this. It is currently impossible to shoot down the arsenal with drones. They used the arsenal on the territory of Ukraine. We understand how to deal with this. We asked our partners to apply sanctions against companies located both on the European continent and in other places. Companies that sell components through third countries, which are suitable for missiles. Without these components, Russia simply cannot develop missile production.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.